Hey guys, how's it going? It is meal planning time. Now, if you watched yesterday's grocery haul video, you know that both of these are running a day late. I apologize for that, but you know what? Life happens. I explained at the end of that video why. If you missed it, you may want to go watch that. Also, that's what shows you part of what we're putting to use this week. Now, that said, I did not originally plan on getting groceries this week. I had gone back and forth and I decided I could just make it through with things. So a lot of what is on our meal plan was actually already based on things coming out of the pantry and the freezer. So that's still what I'm working with. Other things will be put to use, but they're also going to go towards next week, which I do not have any of it written down yet. But let me show you. Actually, I almost forgot. I need to go back to last week's so I can show you what all happened. Because guys, it was a crazy week. So I want to show you this here. As you can tell, look at this, guys. Everything that got made, added, you name it. So bean burritos, those happened. I got the beans made, which actually there's still a little bit left in the fridge that I need to throw in the freezer yet. I need to get that done. We keep it in the freezer because we add that to our taco meat when we're having regular tacos. If you have not watched my recipe playlist, I recommend that. It's how we stretch our taco meat for our large family, and just, make things go a little bit farther. All right, quesadillas. That did not happen. We did make up the fryer chickens. The quesadillas just didn't happen. That's because so many other things did. Pocket roulette, a version of that happened. We made those before the chicken was done. So it was actually made with other fillers and things. But a crescent roll pockets were what was made. The steak and potato soup was not made. Again, so many other things were, and that comes out of freezer for the stew meat for the steak. And then the potatoes we've always got potatoes in our pantry. And then this chicken and rice dish, I got creative here. Crossed off chicken, did an X through rice, crossed off dish. We had a chicken dish. Now, I will explain this on this week's too. It was kind of a crossover meal. It was the end of Saturday, and I kind of counted it for both weeks on accident. So that, that's what happened there. Nachos, well, you guys know, as much as my husband has been buying for chips, we have definitely had the ability to have a lot of nachos lately. Taco boxes. I explained last week that those are the $5 Taco Bell boxes that he did pick up when he was doing the grocery shopping and stuff. And that was for the teenage girls, him. And then for myself, the Power Bowl is the only thing I can have from there. So then there is French toast, egg sandwiches, pizza toast, and pizza. The pizza being Little Caesars takeout. All four of those things are written down over here. Because, guys, this is the stuff that I'm planning on. This is the hopeful stuff based on whether we can get ingredients or something we're going to pick up. This is stuff that is added throughout the week. Not in our usual lunch, freezer foods or leftovers kind of way. But just other stuff that is actually made that I would typically put on the meal plan otherwise. So, as you can tell, guys, there was a lot of meals truly made. A lot of those created leftovers. And that was part of why I was like, you know what? I think we'll just make it through to this week. And we'll just skip the groceries this time around. But, again, that didn't happen. So that's okay. So this week, I only have 5 things written down. There are still leftovers left in the fridge. And a lot of what we have made have created a lot of leftovers. And so I'm kind of taking that into mind here. So I'm going to jump over here first. We've got pizza on the list again, which I mentioned at, actually, I already can't remember. Guys, I'm doing these back to back. I can't remember if it was at the end of the grocery haul video or at the start of this one. We are having pizza on Saturday. So that will, now that I say that, I'm realizing that this falls in a completely different week. I have really got to sit down with my calendar. I have been a little scattered lately. Pizza should not actually be on this particular meal plan because that will go on next week's when we have company over for pizza. And I am also going to apologize on my screen. It keeps going light and dark. I don't know if it's doing that while recording. I know some of it comes with the issue from the lighting as well as the dark curtain behind me. So if it's doing that, I apologize. I'm going to have to change up something with lighting if that's the case. Okay, so on this, we've got the cheddar pesto with pasta and meat. Now, that cheddar pesto is a sauce that we picked up at Costco when we were there at the beginning of September. I have not used it yet. That is one of those pantry items that needs to be used because I want to try it. Sean did not make it back to Costco at the beginning of October here as we had hoped. His work got thrown off a little bit, and so he didn't go, but he should actually be going here in the next few weeks. We actually have a computer that we have to return there. So he'll be making that trip so that we can do it within their 90-day return window. That's, again, a whole other story. Nothing wrong with the computer. Just a whole other story. So we have a chicken shepherd's pie. That is basically my basic shepherd's pie recipe. Lots of veggies, mashed potatoes on top. But instead of hamburger in it like I typically do, we've had a ton of chicken in the fridge because one thing I'm realizing I did not put on the list for last week, we also had my crock pot shredded chicken. We made the bacon ranch chicken again. Tons of chicken in our fridge between that and the fryer chickens. So I threw a bunch of it into that shepherd's pie and we just made a chicken shepherd's pie, which as you can tell, we already did because I am recording this late. So, because it is Monday when I'm recording this. So we've already made this and it turned out pretty good. Tacos, that just a basic staple item. Sean's got to bring home some more tortillas for that and we'll be having those. And then that steak and potato soup because I have all of the fixings for it. And if you watched last week's grocery haul video, you know that we got a 50-pound bag of potatoes from North Dakota. And there's a part of me going, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through all of this? And there's another part of me going, oh, I wish we had bought two. That's how I get torn on groceries, guys. Because I'm still in summer mode where things go bad really fast, but the weather has dropped, so it's cooler out, so they shouldn't be going bad as fast. So the potatoes will last longer. But when potatoes go bad, that doesn't smell good. And I just really don't want that happening in my house. And that's 50 pounds. On average, we use anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds per meal. 5 pounds being the more likely scenario. So, I mean, that's 10 meals right there. And so it's very likely that I am going to be peeling and mashing a lot of potatoes and actually putting them in the freezer for future use. Because like the shepherd's pie and stuff, that's actually one of the issues is not just getting everything made on the stovetop, but also getting the potatoes made separately. And if I can have those pre-made the same way I do the refried beans, that will save me so much time and just effort. So there's certain things like that I like to freeze. I've said it in the past, I am not a big fan of making entire dishes and putting them in the freezer to bake later. That requires a lot of those aluminum pans and those cost an extra amount of money. And I don't have that kind of freezer space either. Plus, I just like things when they're made a little bit fresher. Now, freezing the mashed potatoes that will then be baked with everything else, I have less of an issue with that. And the refried beans work out great. There's only certain things I do it with, but it does work for certain things. So there it is. That is this week's meal plan. I just have those 5 items, which I realize the pizza shouldn't be on there. So there's only 4 items on there, which is ironic since we went over the budget. But we'll see what else gets added throughout the week. And that you will have to come back next Tuesday to see what else got added, what all we actually made, if there was anything we dropped off, and how all of that played out, as well as to see what next week's meal plan looks like. So in the meantime, I hope that you guys are having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.